some photos from a recent trip. Years and years after first discovering her, I'm still very much a Martina Hoogland Ivano wannabe when it comes to how I color grade my photographs. I don't know, I just love her photo so deeply, even when I know applying this filter, for lack of a better term, is a very shallow artistic gesture in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, I spent 4 days in Singapore with Mof, one of my best friends. She had originally planned to travel alone to see Horror Nights at Universal Studios, but thought at random several months ago to invite me. I'm not sure how it happened, really, but when this trip was being planned, I was going through a very painful breakup, and a huge part of me saying yes was the thinking that it would help take my mind off things a bit. Funnily enough, I was already feeling much better right as the trip was coming around, but everything had already been paid for anyway, so what the hell. This was actually my first time out of the country. Lots to say about Singapore, but they swirl in my mind like a soupy dream. I'm mostly jealous of their transport system and public commute. We got lost a bunch of times, but what a relief to know we could rely on apps to show us routes and accurate to-the-minute schedules. I ogled brown boys. I'm ashamed, but not. Oh well, my personal weakness. I did not hook up with anyone because the logistics were a bit shot. There's always next time. Many favorite moments during this trip, but mine are the more quiet and unexpected turns. One was when we hopped on a random bus, per Mof's suggestion, and let it take us anywhere. We came upon this hawker center somewhere in Clementi. Only one stall was open, serving drinks to a boisterous group of elderly as they listened to diva classics on blast. We drank Coke Zeros and water, and I felt ridiculously lucky to be sipping on sugar-free soda in a foreign land, with a home to come to the next morning. Another favorite was when we chanced upon this unassuming gray door with a crushed can duct taped on its surface, like that art piece with the banana. Remember that? We thought it was abandoned construction. I opened the door, which revealed an ascending set of stairs. Up there was a bar, then an open-air balcony just off to the side. They mostly served artisanal-sounding beer, but we weren't drinking, so we just went for the sugar-free sodas to get booze-free buzzy benefits. We talked about things that ran the spectrum of mundane and important, then back to mundane, then back again. Talking helps sometimes, and then it doesn't, and then it's just whispery wishes and cracked smiles, dried lips needing water, sweet, sour nothings. It was nice. I've stopped looking at the world for signs. I've stopped trying to see the world as an entity that can give me something as I await, as if I'm audience seizing spectacle when it decides to spit it out. No, I am more realistic about things now, that I am responsible for my own courage and accountable for the devastation when hope falls flat on its face. I know this will not hold forever. I am a conveyor belt of incongruities. I am a creature trying to make sense of it all. Signs are just signs sometimes, maybe, but we're real. I'm real. Every bit of heartache back there before this trip, very real. And at times it felt insurmountable. Most days I'm okay and I don't think of him and his wanton squandering of a good thing. Some days I don't think of him at all. And then other times it takes only one remembering of words uttered to me, words that cannot be taken back, to make the wound sticky again. It's whatever. The world will not run out of love. It can't. I've stopped looking for signs, yes. And I know that it speaks in other ways. Little gods, one of my best friends, told me. That's what she believes in. Little gods is in a remembered birthday, a text, a tight, needy hug that can save your life. Dancing to Robin as you imagine you're the girls from Girls. Salt and pepper that gets the flavor profile just perfectly. I don't know why I'm being so maudlin and mushy. I don't know. It's close to a year since that relationship died, and I'm so scared I wasted the best of me for nothing. It comes and goes. But you know what? When I had that plate of roast pork noodles at Maxwell, nothing mattered in the world other than the taste of it all in my mouth. You go through all this tragicomic rebirth, and then that's all it takes. Stringy noodles, fatty pork slices, and a light tea drink, and your body is yours again. 2 more trips.